Greetings, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This morning, there's something I want to talk about that I'm really pretty fired up about. And it is a reality in my life. I suspect it's a reality in your life because the way that we have had conversations with each other over the last couple years has turned upside down. I don't know about you all, but I have folks, friends, family, that look at the world differently than I do. And the notion of having conversations with them has at times become painful. I have avoided friends. I have avoided acquaintances, church members, and others with whom we just see the world differently. But what has ended up happening is we get into these battle royals about who's more right. And I know that you know that that's a beating, isn't it? When you're in a conversation with somebody, or at least you hoped it would be, and suddenly it shifts to, well, who's going to win this? Man, I just throw in the towel. A lot of times I just shut down. I have a little moment of anger, and then I just say, the heck with it. I wonder about you. Do you find yourselves stuck in a camp? Christian, non-Christian, red person, blue person, liberal, progressive, black, white, brown, rich, poor. We've put these labels on, and then we function out of those, and it's almost as if I just have to defend my ground at all cost. I don't want to live that way. Do you want to live that way? Man, what a limited environment we're in. If everybody we do life with has to agree to the T with everything we say or do, that's I'll check out of that. Count me out. I'll move on to another community. Some months ago, we talked about a sermon I had done and emphasis we were doing on the book of James. If you're a Christian, or at least just read the Bible every now and then, in chapter 1, James says, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. Quick, slow, slow. Quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. You know, I think that applies regardless of your faith affiliation. And I wanted to use that as a springboard then and hold over and against this great book that I have been introduced to by a guy named Adam Grant, a big thinker, deep thinker, Wharton Business School professor. It's called Think Again. It's about basically how you think and how we converse and how we embrace the importance of knowing what we don't know and how to have deeper, richer, better relationships, whether it's in person or out in the business world. He acknowledges the truth that we've already kind of talked about here for a minute it's many of us go into a conversation with this assumption that it's my job to fix your thinking. It's my job to save you from yourself. It's my job, my honor, my responsibility to correct you. And sometimes, gosh, it's at all cost. He throws out this notion, and I wonder, and I want you to write these down if you are in a place where you can do this. He says that many times we take on one or maybe even a couple of these roles. He talks about those who have conversations as if they're the preacher. And just a little broad generalization here. Many preachers think they know the truth, that I know best. You're honored to hear me speak because I'm the preacher, and well, just trust me. How many times have you had that conversation? Or maybe a professor kind of person who says, I know better. I know all there is to know about this, and I'm confident I know more than you do, so listen to me. Maybe you're a prosecutor, and it's your task in listening to dissect or destroy the person on the other side, to prove everything they say is wrong, and if you need to go after the character of that person. Whew, that's horrible. Or maybe, lastly, a politician, a person who says a whole lot. You're not really ever sure when they're done what they stand for, but they sure try to make you feel good about that they hurt you. Whatever. So which of those do you go into most often? Preacher, professor, prosecutor, politician. I wonder what it would take for us to have a mindfulness. Like today, here's your opportunity just to think about the next conversation you have with somebody. What if you went into that conversation with kind of a consciousness of, I'm going to be a good listener. I'm going to model respect for this person and honor for this person. No matter if I radically disagree with them or not, they are still an amazing creature who I am blessed to get to know. What if that was your mantra? And then all the rest was secondary. What if you lived into this quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger? Would you agree with me that most of us are really just the opposite of that? We are quick to anger, quick to rebut, and if we just listen for retaliation or response, not to hear. I do that. I do that a lot. And it's not a very good way of being in relationships with people you know, much less with people you don't know. Matter of fact, if you are that way, and when I am that way with people I don't know, I wouldn't blame them if they didn't ever want to talk to me again. That's an ender. And maybe people like me or you do that on purpose, to end and to correct or corral and protect. Think about maybe why you do that. So today I want to introduce to you and to me a couple of new thoughts on how we might go about conversing and engaging in relationships with folks we want and need to get to know better. What if you introduced in your mind these thoughts? Wonder what else could be true. While you're listening to that person, what else could be true? And what if I really don't know everything there is to know about this subject? What if you said to that person, man, you've got a really good point, and I so appreciate the opportunity to learn something. What if you said, I never really looked at it that way? What if you said, man, I value you and I value our relationships, and I don't ever want to sound like a ASS. Well, friends, we don't need to be winners. We need to be engaged in doing life with people in real and authentic ways. And I think the ways that we have been doing that, at least in my world, my experience is they don't work. They're enders. They are kind of just like the Heisman shove. I think life is richer than that. I think it is designed to be more deep and have more texture. And I know I really don't want to live the rest of my life with everybody who agrees with me. That'd be like being sentenced to only having vanilla ice cream the rest of your life. You might love it, but man, there's so much more. So I invite you to think today about that truth. There is so much more. There is so much that you and I don't know. There is so much that we need to know to love and honor and respect those that we are given the great opportunity to do life with. If you're a Christian, I think that embraces the gospel soundly. If you're not a person of faith, I think that embraces humanity soundly. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Shoot me an email or drop a note in the content box. What are you going to do differently to honor and respect those that you have conversations with this very day? Let me know. Let's have a moment of deep breathing, reflection, and gratitude. Creator, help me this day to be quick to listen and slow to speak, quick to honor and respect. Help me in all of my relationships to show vulnerability and respect. Thank you. Amen. Have a great day. As always, we encourage you, if you're getting something out of Morning Pause, share it. Just go on Facebook, share it, YouTube, share it, send it to a friend, say, hey, look what this crazy guy had to say today. Anyway, have a great day. Take care, everybody.